Okay, group, we are on our lesson 2. We are on our lesson 2 practice, function notation. So we have our function f of x, we have a function g of x, and we have a function h of x. And we have to use each of these depending on what we're asked. So here we have f of 4, so we're going to use function f. And so basically 4 is replacing x. So when x is 4, we need to find y. And we do that by plugging in 4 for x. And then we can simplify. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay, next we're going to do f of negative 5. So 2 times negative 5 plus 1 gets us negative 10 plus 1, which is negative 9. F of 0 is 2 times 0 plus 1, which simplified is 0 plus 1, which equals 1. And then last for our f function is 1/2. So when x is 1/2, we will find y. 2 times 1/2 is 1, plus 1 gives us 2. For g of x, we have the same type of thing. Wherever we have x, we're plugging that in an x for the x in the function g. So here, where x is, we'll put 9. So you have 9 minus 5, which is 4, divided by 2 is 2. Next we have 0, so plug in 0 for x. 0 minus 5 is negative 5 over 2. And we can leave it like that, or we can say it's negative 2.5. Either way is completely fine. G of 3, we'll plug in 3 for x. 3 minus 5 is negative 2 over 2, which reduces to negative 1. And then last for our g function is 17. So plug in 17 for x. 17 minus 5 is 12. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. Last, we have our h of x function. So we're going to plug in 3 for every x. So here we have 3 squared is 9, minus 4 is 5. Now when we have a negative like we do here, we're actually going to put that in parentheses and square it. And I'll talk about that in a second. So here where we had x, we're plugging in negative 4. The reason we put this in parentheses is because we want to show that this is negative 4 squared. And when we do that, negative 4 squared is basically the same thing as negative 4 times negative 4. And we know that when we have two negatives and we multiply them, it turns out to be positive. So that's what happens when we have a square here. So we'd have 16, positive 16, minus 4, which is 12. Next we have 0 for x, we'll plug that in. 0 squared is just 0, minus 4, which is negative 4. And then lastly here for our h function, we have negative 2 plugged in for x. And so we're going to put that in parentheses as well, just like we did up here because of the negative. Negative 2 squared is 4, minus 4 is 0.